So I'm gonna do another get rid of with me as I talk and yap, because it was easier to be doing something while I talked. I have this today, so hopefully it sounds better. Sorry if I'm being quiet. I'm not alone, and it's really quiet. I'm scared. I don't want to be heard. But, yeah, today is my first day of school. College. Anyways, today's my first day of school as a college student. That's why it's so late in August. And it's gonna be freaking 100 degrees today. Since I'm a transfer student, I got last pick of the classes. Even freshmen got their classes first. So I have 2 classes that I do need and 2 others that I'm just taking for the credits. But hopefully those will be not super hard or boring. But it's just for 1 semester, so it's whatever. Also, since I got last pick, all my classes are really late. So I don't have my first class today until 1. And then my last class is at 6, and it's at 6. Except for Wednesdays. I have to stay till 7. So, not looking forward to that much. But it's whatever. It's just 1 semester. My gosh, this isn't working. I don't know if you can tell, but I did dye my hair yesterday. I feel like you can't really see, but there's pink in there, kind of. It feels kind of gross, and it looked really bad this morning, but I think it's slowly diffusing, getting better. I read online that olive oil takes hair dye off of your skin, and it actually worked pretty well. So there's still a little bit, but I don't know how that works. It feels so weird going to school again, because I haven't been in about a year. Because also, if you don't know, I'm a transfer student, but I did 2 years community college, and then I took a year off because I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I didn't want to go to college, a university, without knowing what I wanted to do, because then it was what's the point of even being there? But now I know, and sometimes I regret it, because I feel like I'm behind now, but I'm only 20, which, I don't know, you see online, oh my gosh, I graduated at this age, and I have no student debt, and I'm completely independent, and I'm I just feel so behind. And I took a year off, and on one hand I'm glad that I did. On the other hand, I feel like a stupid dumb idiot. But I don't know. I think that's a lot of things nowadays, though. You see online, people are getting ahead, and they're your age, maybe even younger, and it's how are they doing that? Where is my concealer? Where's my concealer? Oh, it's right there. So yeah, I don't know, I'll probably feel behind for a while, but sometimes it's hard to remember that that's just online, and things aren't a race, and you can go at your own pace. And it's I'll preach that to other people, but I don't know, it's harder to believe on your own, for yourself. I remember telling my aunts, I was like, I might take a year off because I don't really know what I want to do. And I want to go to college and just not know what the hell's going on with myself. And oh my gosh, they like hated me for it. They're like, no, you can't do that. You're gonna turn into a lazy bum. You're not gonna go back to school. This and this and that. And it's like, that entire year I was so excited to go back to school. Like, I'm excited to go back. I'm happy to go back because I want that higher education. I want to learn. So I don't know what the hell they're talking about, especially because literally that year off, oh my god, it was like probably one of the loneliest years of my life. So I'm really hoping that by going back to school, I won't feel as isolated and alone and sad, because it got pretty bad for a while. Got pretty bad, like really, really bad, like bad. But you know, hopefully it's better this year. I don't know if I'll make a friend. I feel like I'm not really capable of making friends. And if I am, I feel like I'm not capable of making close friends. At least not super fast. And I feel like with college, you don't... I mean, I guess you don't have to move fast, but like, especially for me, I'm a transfer student, so I'm only going to be there 2 years. It's like, I don't even know if it's possible for me to make long-lasting relationships. I really don't feel like I'm capable of making friends that quickly. It doesn't feel possible for me. I mean, I have hope, but you know, you go and everybody already has kind of like their groups. Especially in the third year already. And I'm coming from somewhere else. I don't know anybody. So it's not like everyone my age is new, like a freshman would be. It's like, yeah, maybe there are like some other transfer students, but I feel like for the most part, a lot of people are gonna have been there for a few years already, so they probably already have like friends and stuff. So I guess we'll see how that goes. I'm hoping maybe I can at least make a campus friend, or like, I don't know, in class, but I'm like, I don't know if you can tell, but I really don't have that much faith in myself when it comes to socializing. Again, I'm hopeful to maybe make a few acquaintances at least, but I don't know. I don't know, we'll have to see. There's like clubs and stuff, but I don't know. Like, I'm gonna sound like a total dweeb, but there's like an anime club, and I'm like, oh, I like anime. And they had this like back to school like get together at a park. It was like a potluck, and just to kind of like, you know, introduce each other to new and old members of the club. And so that was cool, I think. I didn't really talk to anybody besides my sister. That's another thing. It's like, I'm grateful to have my sister, so that way I'm not like completely alone. But I would also like to be able to make a few friends on my own. And I really feel like my sister is not good at that. So I tell her to like, she's been at that school for a year already. And I'm like, she's like, she's like, now that you're here, like, we can go to all these events and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, why don't you just go alone? Like, you could have gone last year. Just go by yourself. Like, who cares? You don't have nobody to go with. And she literally just looked at me. She's like, no. I'm like, damn, okay. Be lonely. I don't know. It's like, if you have some of the same friends, cool. But it's like, I kind of want, like, my own friends. I do have my own friends, just not here. They are 4 hours away from me. But I really feel like going over there during the summer and seeing them and stuff really helped with my mental health. Because before that, oh my gosh, it was so bad. It was so bad. I was so lonely. Like, I don't know. Everything just like fell and dropped and died. And I only have 2 friends, by the way. I had 3, but like in the month of being over there, there was like a whole thing of falling out. We hung out like one last time with all 4 of like my group. That's hair dye, by the way. We hung out one more time, and then after that, it just kind of so that's cool, I guess. So now instead of 3 friends, I have 2. But I feel like it's fine. I feel like that was coming. Even my other friends was like, they kind of felt it coming for a while. It was just like, once everybody started connecting the dots, then everything started flowing. You know what I mean? Whatever. But ever since then, now I feel closer to my 2 other friends, because we went out a lot more and we had a lot of fun, like just us. And I feel like I talk to them more, which is great, which I think will also help with the mental stuff, because I don't know, I just felt so insanely lonely last year. Like it felt like everybody was moving on from me since I moved, which was probably just my own mind, but that's how it felt. And it felt like, everybody has other friend groups, unlike me, because I'm a loser. Everybody has other friend groups from other places that they can hang out with when I'm not there, or like, when my only friend group isn't there because I left for college. They have other people they can hang out with. And so in my mind, I was like, I'm not there anymore, so it's like people are gonna like forget about me, basically, was my mindset. Like, people are gonna forget about me, we're gonna drift away. Like, I don't even have friends now. I'm not gonna have any anymore. And that's how it felt. And it was like the end of the world, especially because everybody has like boyfriends and stuff, and I would see how they would always hang out, but there was never any time to contact me. Or, I know that sounds so selfish, but it was like, I was so lonely, and I had asked a couple of times, like, oh hey, can we just like call, maybe like, I don't know, just talk or do something over the phone with each other, like long distance stuff. And we never really did any of that. But she would like, they would always be hanging out with someone else, and I was like, I don't know, it really hurt my feelings, and I wanted to die, low-key. Okay, so I feel like those aren't that even, but okay, that's fine. Yeah, I just felt like everybody was gonna like forget about me, because everybody had jobs, they have other friends, they have boyfriends, they have other things to do, and it's like, I'm not there. Like, duh, you know what I mean? Like, duh, everybody's gonna move on. But I feel like I just got like super duper lonely and kind of depressed and so anxious for a while. It was pretty bad. I really hope my anxiety isn't like that as often anymore, because it really sucks. If you're an anxious person, it's just like, it's weird because it's like I feel like it's like a social anxiety. So every time I'm out, I'm like aware of myself and other people. I'm just like, you know what I mean? But I'm not like necessarily insecure about how I look. So it's like, I'm like, what are other people, like I wonder what other people think of me. Like everyone else has friend groups, like I'm just by myself, like do I look weird, like if I walk through here multiple times are people gonna notice, like things like that. But it's like I don't care what people think about me. I don't know, it doesn't make sense when I say it out loud, but I guess that's kind of the point of things like that, mental things. They don't make sense, which I feel like makes me more mad sometimes, because I would say I'm a very logical person. So when things don't make sense, I'm like, why are we even thinking that way? I don't know. It's anxiety. Doesn't make sense. It's like, I hate attention, but I like it at the same time. I don't know. Because like the way I look and the way I dress, and like I like to cosplay and stuff, because the way I dress is like alternative, and my hair is like kind of pink now, and I love cosplaying and going out in cosplay and things like that. But that's just me being like myself, and things like that do kind of warrant extra attention, which is just kind of like a result of me trying to be myself, I guess. And it's like, I hate attention, but I also want to be noticed. And I feel like that really sums up a lot of who I am from my mind. Which is probably why I take on unhealthy coping mechanisms instead of talking to people. Because I don't want people to notice, but like, I do. Like, I don't want to talk to anybody about it, but I want you to notice that something's up. You know what I mean? And it never works. I don't know if that says something about me, or I should just, tell someone, or if that just means nobody notices, because nobody pays that much attention to me, which I guess should be a good thing, but also like, ow. And then I feel like, I also don't want to say like I'm doing things for attention, because I'm not. I don't want the attention. That's why I hide things really well. I haven't done videos on this yet, but I used to have an, and nobody knew, even though I lost a ton of weight, and wore certain things. Just nobody noticed, because I'm that good at hiding it. I like told my friend, and she was literally around me all the time, and I was like, yeah, I lost a bunch of weight here, and I was super skinny and unhealthy and really mentally unwell. And she was like, Isla. And I'm like, I'm good at hiding it, huh? And she's like, yeah, you have to tell me next time, you freak. I'm like, I laughed about it, but it's like, I probably won't tell anybody again if it happens again, which I hope it doesn't. But it's like, if I'm super lonely or anxious or depressed, it's like, I'm not gonna tell anyone. That's just like who I am. And I know it's like not good. It's a not good mindset to have. So you can't deal with everything on your own. It's like, it's like, I got myself into this mess, I'll take myself out. You know what I mean? Or in my mind, it's like, will talking to someone really help? So it's like, they probably haven't gone through this, or it's like, I know they haven't gone through this, so what is telling them gonna do? Like, what are they gonna do to help me? What are they going to say to me that I don't already know, that I haven't already looked up or said to myself, because like I said, I'm a very like logical person, and so a lot of the times it's like, I know, like, you can't, like, oh yeah, you're doing this probably because of this and this and this. It's like, I know that. I know what I'm doing is bad. I know why I'm doing it. And I know certain steps people have taken to stop it. But it's like, sometimes you don't want to stop. There's a certain comfort in being sad. Which is why, like, now that I'm not, like, in the trenches like I used to be, literally a couple months ago, it's like, I'm kind of worried about going back to that, but I also kind of want to go back to it. And it's very like, contradictory, because why would you want to go back to a time and place where, you know, you just felt like absolute booty bum cheeks? That doesn't make any sense. Why would you want that? I don't know. Why do I miss it? I don't freaking know. I don't, but I do. I don't want to go back. But I do. But no, I don't. Like, obviously, logically, no, I don't. But also, I kind of want to be sad and depressed and lonely again. But like, no, I don't. You know, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, like, I'm sure I'm not alone in that. Like, I've seen people talk about things like that before, but it's just, every time it's just so odd. Why do you want to feel like that? I don't know. There's just a certain comfort in it. It's familiar. And it's like, I don't want attention for that. You know what I mean? I don't want people to know. It's kind of like, it's like, you know what you're doing is bad, but you just like can't stop for one reason or another. Like, you know it's bad, and you know if people found out, they would like scrutinize you, they would try to get you help. Like, you know it's not right, but you just can't stop, or you don't want to stop in certain cases. That can really be true for a lot of things, you know, like addictions, drugs, alcohol, things like, it's like, you know it's bad, and like, people are telling you, you know you're destroying yourself, you know you're hurting yourself, you know you're dying, and obviously dying is not good, but you can't stop, and sometimes you don't want to stop, and you won't stop for anybody, and it feels really selfish, but it's like, you just can't, and you won't, and that's just how it is. And unless you want to stop, nobody can stop you. And that's like part of the dangerous part, because some people never ever want to stop. Like, when I was really skinny, and I wanted to be really skinny, and this is true for a lot of people. It's like, you want to be super duper skinny, and you want to look sick, and you want to look like you need help. But at the same time, once you get down to that, you start wearing heavier clothing, you start wearing things to hide your body so people don't notice. It's really like counterintuitive, you know? You want people to notice on one hand, but on the other hand, you're doing everything you can to cover it up. And that can be true, like I said, for many other things. I don't even know how I got to this topic, my goodness. Getting so serious here. But yeah, this is the look. Very basic. Oop. I'll be back with my change of clothes and stuff, I think. Okay, I'm back. I changed. Here is the outfit. If you can see. Jewelry. You can't really see the earrings. But, oh, like, can't really see, but yeah. Anyways, that was my little rant about today, or I guess just a lot of things. My classes don't end until freaking 6 p.m. I'm not even gonna have time to do anything between, because there's like 10 minutes between all of my classes. Why is it just like, and it's like 100 degrees today, I'm gonna die. But yeah, don't even really remember what I was talking about before. I don't even know how I got that deep, but yeah, anyways. Bye, Chuds.